remember a month or so ago, we announced several projects downtown that will entail this $24 million in construction. These dollars are coming from lodgers tax, so there are no tax increases, there are no fee increases. This is taking those tax dollars that we already receive at the city of Albuquerque and putting those to the highest and best use, which is what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to promote tourism either through advertising or building facilities. And so today's announcement is about building facilities. You'll remember we talked about the East Convention Center as part of this package. We just recently found out that our convention center that we renovated and finished last year just won the national award for best of the best renovations from ENR, Engineering News Report. Our team will be going out to New York next month to get that award. That's a big deal for our city. That tells us of all the renovations in America, we took $25 million of citizens' dollars in Albuquerque and we put those towards renovating this facility, and it's the best in the nation. So we're very, very thrilled about that. But the next phase of that is to work on the East Convention Center. That's where we were earlier this morning, where the indoor track is. That's where we have a lot of convention space there. We think that there's other events that we can do at this particular facility if we had more seating. So that $5 million will be used to plan and design improvements at the East Building to accommodate up to 12,000 seats. Now, we're working with consultants around the country right now to figure out what the absolute right number of seats will be for the types of events that we want to have. But we're looking at local cultural events, we're looking at statewide sporting events, we're looking at music, we're looking at all kinds of opportunities if we can turn that into a convertible space. So if there's an event that takes a couple of thousand seats, we can do that. If there's an event that takes 10,000 seats, we can accommodate that as well, while still leaving the convention center open for events that take the entire floor, like the auto shows that we have come in from time to time. $2 million of this $24 million will go to right here on Civic Plaza. We're going to be revamping the fountain here in Civic Plaza. This has been a fountain that's served us well over the years, but it's really reached the end of its useful life. We spend more money now keeping this fountain going, fixing the leaks in the parking structure below, than it's going to cost us to almost build a new one. So we're going to put $2 million into Civic Plaza. We're going to do some nice canopies. If you've looked at the renderings for the Albuquerque Rapid Transit, the ART line, the new Rapid Transit line, you'll see that our stations are built with these canopies. It'll have a similar feel to that. It will have LED lights lighting up in the evening as well. We have an entertainment district, about a $40 million project that's just going to happen right across the street and over, right next to Innovate ABQ, the old First Baptist site. Right now it's a parking lot. We have a private developer that was successful on the RFP to build it'll have housing, it'll have a bowling alley, it'll have shops, it'll have food. It'll be a great addition to an entertainment district. And as part of that, the city is going to build a 400-spot parking garage worth $15 million. So that's the biggest part of the bond issue that I signed today. And then we're going to spend $1 million working on downtown parking. I was just down here last weekend doing some shopping, and the doggone meter didn't work. So we're going to spend $1 million to get those meters upgraded so that it's easier to park downtown, that we can make sure that people come down here and have a better experience while they're downtown. So all told, within about 200 yards of where I'm standing here today, we've got a $40 million private sector development. We have a $25 million renovation to our convention center. We have a Innovate ABQ, which is our innovation center, going. Hopefully some good announcements there with some large-scale projects fairly soon. And now we've got another $24 million that we're investing in downtown to make sure that this is a place where people want to live, where they want to work, where they want to come for entertainment and bring their families. With me today is Mike Reardon. Mike is my COO. He's a former director of our Department of Municipal Development. He's an engineer by trade. He's my point person for these projects, and so I brought him along today in case you have any specific questions that you'd like to ask him. But he's the guy that's in charge of this. This $24 million in bonding that I signed today has an interest rate of 3.6%. These are 20-year bonds, and these come from the lodgers tax. So once again, these are taxes that are already being collected in the city of Albuquerque, and we are putting them to their intended use, which is to invest in tourism. And I think that this is going to allow us to bring a lot more folks in town from a sports tourism standpoint, from a cultural standpoint, and it just makes it a better experience for those of us who live here, whether you're born and raised or whether you moved here as an adult. We want this to be a great place for you. So with that, Mike, you want to add anything?
Great job, Mayor.
You want to talk about any of the specifics?
Only that with the signing of this document today, we are going to be moving forward on design of these projects. So we would hope to be through design this summer and starting construction in late fall or early winter next year on some portions of these projects.
And I was very happy when we announced these projects. Originally, we had everybody from the Albuquerque Hispano Chamber to the Western Music Association, the hoteliers, the statewide tourism bureaus, AAU, NMAA. Lots of people came out to support these projects, so I want to thank them as well, and we're going to make them a reality. So looking forward to get started.
So art and some entertainment stuff, why is that good for New Mexico?
Well, you know, if you're going to move forward as a city, you have to make investments. And we're trying to make smart public sector investments that drive private sector investments. That's, if you look at every project that we've built during this administration, that's what it's all about. We're taking your tax dollars, we're investing them in projects that make your life better, whether it's from an entertainment standpoint or a safety standpoint or Paseo and I-25 or whatever, or the airport improvements that we'll be announcing, getting started here pretty soon. It all comes down to smart public sector investments. Your dollars, putting them in place, and then allowing the private sector to come in and really leverage off of those. The amount of investments that we're making from a public standpoint ultimately will be dwarfed by the amount of private sector investments down here. There's already over $150 million worth of projects that are either in the works, on the drawing board, or in discussion right now because these investments are helping catalyze that. We got our brand new grocery store that's going to be opening up this spring downtown as well. So it's all about catalysts.